Right, the 50 grand bonuses. In a sport ruled by a slave-driving, ice-bathing, boiled egg named Dana White, where fighters are held back due to personal vendettas, suspicious decisions always seem to mysteriously favour the corporate interest. Imagine if the fighters were getting paid what those suspicious judges get paid. And undeserving fighters are often given opportunities over righteous athletes for monetary or personal reasons. In this imperfect sport, the 50 grand bonuses are the biggest insult of all to the fighters that we love. So let's take a look at it. In the beginning of performance bonuses back in 2013, they started at 65k. This was quickly changed later in 2013 when they brought in the 50k bonuses we now know. That in itself being more backwards than Marvin Vettori's shorts. But ever since then, there's been performance of the night bonus for 50k and a fight of the night bonus for 50k given to both fighters of the selected fight. A little side problem with this is that the bonuses are often given to the top fighters on the card that are already earning all the money, as opposed to the payment of the guys that are much lower on the cards. And if there's multiple fun fights on a card, it would be nice if that money ended up going slightly in favour of the lower paid guys. How many times have we seen Dana throw away large sums of money with gifts to fucking already rich twats like those sausages at Nauk MMA, whatever the fuck it is? What is that all about? But maybe that's a little bit too much. And also I must say, in fairness to Dana & Co, there are apparently backroom bonuses that Dana sometimes hands out secretly on his own whim. Now obviously 2013 is a long time ago now, and insanely, the bonuses are still the same. When you consider inflation, the fighter bonuses are now considerably less than they were back then for the fighters. It is kind of crazy that they haven't been increasing along the way. Especially when you consider the pay in other sports has been going up so much in that time. And then consider how much the sport has grown in that time. And then consider how much money the company, the UFC, has grown in that time. Even look at fighter pay generally, and it's an absolute embarrassment. Not only is the UFC miles behind other top sports in terms of revenue share, but they're even miles behind other MMA promotions. While it doesn't directly affect us fans, A, wouldn't you like to know that all the fighters that you love are getting paid well? And B, if fighting in the UFC was known to pay really well, over time, don't you think there'd be so much more talent coming into the sport? But anyway, back to the bonuses. Recently, it looked as though this was all going to change. I'm sure you all remember the UFC 300 press conference.
And they also said for this special event, they would love to see the bonuses raised from 50,000. Can we do something special for this Saturday?
What did you say?
Both guys want bonuses raised from 50K for the special card. Can we make this happen?
What should it be raised to?
3 times.
100,000.
300, go 3 times.
300. 300.
300.
300, it's done.
Let's go.
Let's go.
It was brilliant. And it happened a couple of times in following events. It weren't 300k, but it was 100k or 200k. It looked like the bonuses were going to go up for good. That was until UFC 304 in UK, where Dana jumped on a slightly uninspiring card and used it as an opportunity to stamp out all these higher bonuses.
Get on a press conference, the fighters managed to get you to up the bonuses. Do you think there's an argument that maybe you should just up them to...
I think tonight showed that we should not, no. Upping them doesn't change anything. It doesn't make anybody fight any harder. It doesn't change anything. I'm not doing this again.
Ever?
Ever. Today was the last day that I'm doing that, yeah. I'm not saying that in the future the bonuses couldn't get up, but I'm not gonna be at a press conference and say 200, 300, fucking never again. Never again. So you can thank everybody on this card for that.
Damn, dude. This is particularly shitty because Dana actually switched the times of the fights of this event to match US times. And with so many of the fighters on the UK card being from the UK, it kind of felt like they were being set up to fail. Dana did have a considerate and thoughtful rebuttal to this though.
Who gives a fuck? It's fucking 7 o'clock in Vegas.
Isn't he great? It was the anger in his voice as well. Never again. Fucking hell, Dana. You spunk more than that on a round of blackjack. And the company is constantly making record amounts. He keeps fucking saying it at the beginning of every press conference. It's equally insulting for the fighters and embarrassing for the UFC. One other element to all this, which is what actually got me thinking to make this video, was that Dana and Turkey have just announced that they're going to get into boxing together. Now this isn't a massive surprise, Big D's been talking about doing this forever. But what I found interesting was that Dana says that he's planning to use the UFC model. The best fighting the best, with one belt per weight class. I mean, it all sounds great, doesn't it? But many boxers have already come out saying if he thinks he's going to pull that off, it ain't going to work with what they're paying these UFC guys. And they're right, it won't. Now we know that Turkey's been throwing away massive, large sums of money for all these boxing matches that we've been watching over the last couple of years. So they're gonna, aren't they? That shrivel old ballsack head is going to pay these boxers top money. If it isn't bad enough that Dana puts all his attention on his little side quests like fucking Power Slap. I mean, fuck me, every week that there's a big UFC card, all Dana's posting on Instagram is fucking Power Slap promotion like a madman. And now, with all his attention on that bollocks, all of the money is going to go the other way onto this boxing venture. If Dana sets this thing up and pays the boxers crazy money for doing basically what the UFC fighters have been doing for years for peanuts, it's going to just leave such a foul taste in all of our mouths. Like John Jones after a night out with the lads. But in all seriousness, it will be truly disgusting. But hey, on the bright side, at least the fighters can make all that good money on their own with the sponsorships on their shorts. Oh, wait, no. Anyway, if you like this video, give us a sub, check out its playlist of recent bangers. I'll see you next time.